is almost 40 missing children safely recovered in Georgia from a sex trafficking raid. So we're going to talk about this. It's not exactly true, as it turns out. So I did a little bit of digging about it, but let's just read about it, and then we'll see what was true and false about it. So over 36 missing children have been rescued during a sex trafficking bust in Georgia. The raid, which was called Operation Not Forgotten, involved state and federal officers or agents, and it extended across 20. Well, it says countries, but I think it's counties in metro Atlanta. Multiple law agencies combed through North and Middle Georgia for 2 weeks in an attempt to recover safely the kidnapped children. Authorities found 26 endangered children and 13 missing children. The U.S. Marshals Service Director, Donald Washington, said that authorities are afraid that children were already or potentially victims of sex trafficking. Those missing children were considered to be some of the most at-risk and challenging recovery cases in the area, based on indications of high-risk factors such as victimization of child sex trafficking, child exploitation, and sexual abuse, physical abuse, and medical or mental health conditions, authorities said. Other children were located at the request of law enforcement to ensure their well-being. And they arrested 9 suspects, and they're now in jail and face the state prosecutor soon. So I have so that's basically. I read that and I had to clap. I was just like, yes, the U.S. Marshals. I've always thought of the U.S. Marshals as just like badasses. Like, man, these guys...
Like Flint from G.I. Joe.
Yeah, just really awesome. Like, you think about, like, Who Caught Bonnie and Clyde? I don't remember their names.
Oh, yeah.
But they made a movie about it, and it was the U.S. Marshals. Oh. And it was a good movie.
Yeah, right.
Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson. Great movie. But it's like, oh, man, U.S. Marshals. Every time I see them in a movie, I'm like, man, they're always...
Do you know what
defenders
they are? How they fit into the
I don't know exactly.
national
U.S.
military?
The U.S. Marshals. I just want to...
They're federal. Right?
Yeah, well, it says the United States Marshal Service is a federal law enforcement agency in the United States. It's a bureau within the U.S. Department of Justice operating under the direction of the Attorney General.
Okay.
Bill Barr, you sneaky devil, you. Bill Barr, man, he's a straight shooter. He's going after the people that are
already proven guilty.
Yeah, man. Well, not only that, they're saving children. So this is awesome. All right, so now I want to talk about why it might not have been so true. There was some twists, of course it always is. So here's another article I found. It says U.S. Marshals say some social media claims about Operation Not Forgotten are false. And this is true. Facebook was rating it false information. Someone says here, can someone explain why finding 39 missing kids in a double-wide trailer in Georgia isn't the biggest news story on the planet? Now, right off the bat, I'm like, when I saw that, I was like, I didn't read anything about a double-wide trailer. And, of course, that's where the information was false. They weren't all found in the same spot in the double-wide trailer. So I'll just read it. It said K5 here says they brought these claims to the U.S. Marshal Senior Inspector. I don't know how to say that. What is that? Hosu?
Maybe.
Josu Rivera?
Yeah,
maybe Josu, who helped lead the operation. He said that this was a targeted operation and that these kids were not found in a single location. We knew that they were missing. We were looking for specific children that met that criteria, so we didn't stumble on that trailer or anything like that, Rivera said. He also said that these children were not part of a ring. It wasn't a ring in terms of a single trafficker or anything like that. These kids were at risk to be exploited by potential traffickers, he says. We verified these claims on social media are false. 39 children were not rescued from a double-wide trailer in Georgia, and they were not part of a ring. However, the U.S. Marshals did rescue 39 kids who were reported missing in Georgia. They were found in different locations throughout the country. So I found out it wasn't just in Georgia where they found these kids. South Carolina, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Florida, Kentucky, Michigan. So they were searching for these kids and they found them.
So they went missing in Georgia and they found them all over the country.
Yeah. Josue?
Okay.
Josu?
Josue,
actually,
cool name.
There's a lot of people that are saying different, but I see Josue a lot, so maybe that's what it is, Josue. Thank you, chat. Love you guys. So of the 39 children, only 15 are believed to be victims of sex trafficking. So they were found with traffickers. The other children rescued in the operations were runaways, and one was a parental custody case. So they did actually save some kids from sex traffickers. So again, the U.S. Marshals, thank you very much for saving these kids, because, I mean, one kid being found is amazing. 15 saved from actual traffickers who had them, incredible. Then 39 brought home. It's just, it's great. So now I'm reading this. Sure enough, the U.S. Marshals come through again. This is today. 25 more missing kids found in Ohio days after finding the 39, which not even in Georgia. They were finding them everywhere, it seems, all over the country. So it says the U.S. Marshals Service located 25 missing children in Ohio last month as part of Operation Safety Net, a rescue effort coordinated in collaboration with local law enforcement and the nation's Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Ann Murphy, the public affairs officer in the U.S. Marshals Northern District of Ohio, told Newsweek that all of the 25 children who have been found thus far during the ongoing operation are teenagers between 13 and 18. So I just really wanted to call. Well, actually, let me just finish this too, because it's there. It says some more stuff. We have been working since August 6th to recover missing and endangered children and juveniles, Murphy said. While the agency's effort over the last few weeks have focused on the Cleveland area, Murphy said some of the children were found in other parts of the states and even as far as Miami, Florida. U.S. Marshals, thank you so much for what you've done for these kids. It's great. It's relieving to know that this kind of work is being done. These are officers of the law, and I salute all of you. So thank you very much for what you've done for these kids.
This is by my hometown, Akron, Mansfield, Euclid is right by Cuyahoga Falls.
Really?
I was actually born in Akron.
Oh, okay.
In a hospital in Akron. Imagine how horrible it would be to be a 17-year-old imprisoned by someone, being run around the country. I don't know their situations.
Well, they said,
they were
and
runaways.
they said 13 to 17.
13 to 17.
So imagine
You're an adult at that point.
Being at any age, being locked in.
It's even worse.
Not knowing.
It's just.
But the fact that teenagers they're not fully adults yet.
And this is
they don't know.
Making a difference. This is not.
Yes.
It is significant, because if this keeps happening, this kind of thing goes away.
Yep.
The behavior may exist still, but you will diminish the perpetrators.
Absolutely. And there's a list of. I don't want to call out the names and of the people that the traffickers. They have the names here. I don't want to give them any light. They don't deserve to be on my show. The U.S. Marshals that made this happen, you are the heroes that I wanted to talk about. So thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Here's here's a picture of them all, at least some of them. So these guys are real life heroes right there.
Got some social distancing going on. Got their masks, a couple of them.
Yeah. Well,
some of them.
So that's
awesome.
It's nice to see.
Job.
It's nice to see in this day and age.